Hi, it's Marianne of MW's Designs. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a last minute video of how I make my Halloween cards. I didn't get as much done for my Halloween October daily as I'd hoped to because I haven't been feeling well. Fortunately, it's not anything contagious, but I have a treatment for my anemia that sometimes makes me feel sick. But I'm still going to carry on and do more of my videos for Halloween because I really like to do these, and I hope you won't mind that they're late. So I'll start by showing you some of the cards that I have made. And I've made them in different colors because when I give them to a person who likes a certain color, I can give them that color. So I've got blue and black and mauve and red, and actually this red one is a different one because I added some extra textures, and I think that makes it interesting. I don't know, some people might like it, some people might not. And before we start doing the actual process, I want to show you the booklet as it is so far. I've got the cover finished, and then some of these pages have been in previous videos, but I just will start from the beginning anyway. So on day one, I made 31 circles so that I have indicators for each day of October. My husband and I went to Starbucks. I wore my Halloween bracelets. I introduced my plan for my Halloween October daily and some of the ideas that I had for projects. And on this page I do say that the cover is finished, but I actually added some extra details on the October 2022 little sign there. And in one of the videos I showed how to draw a crow or a raven and the instructions there. And today, these are a photo of my cards that I have made, and these are the instructions for the process. So I'm just going to leave that handy here in case I need to refer to it. And I'm going to put these cards aside. For the card background, I am using Staples 110-pound cardstock, and the size is 6 1/4 inches lengthwise and 4 1/2 inches across. And so I have one of those ready to go, and this is the whole sheet. I actually can cut out 2 of these. So just put this aside for now. And I'll get a little bit of parchment paper here for the back, just to keep the mess contained. And what I'm going to do is use my metallic paints. I call them metallic, but they're actually called pearlescent, but in any case it makes kind of a shiny design, and this is the kind of paints Yasutomo something like that. I could say it better in my other video that I showed them. Okay, so I'm going to wet, I think we'll do blue, and I just give the blue a few squirts of water and mix it around. You don't want it too watery, but you don't want it to be too thick. So kind of a balance between the two. So just get a good amount on your brush. And with this kind of paper, you don't want to get it really wet, because if it's really wet, then you will get kind of mottled blotches. And what I'm going for is just kind of a messy texture, and I think it looks really interesting, especially with the little bit of shine that you get with it. So a little more water added, and get it mixed in again, and just continue painting. Sometimes I have painted a whole sheet of the cardstock, but the larger the size, the less well it works, because you do end up getting some more wetter spots, and it just doesn't look quite as nice. So just get it mostly covered. Okay, and then put that aside. And this can dry. And this is what it looks like. I don't know if you'll be able to see kind of how shiny it is, but it's a really nice effect for the background of the card. Okay, and yeah, may as well just leave that there. Then what I do is, normally I have reflections cardstock and envelopes, but I didn't have any, so I ended up cutting out these card backgrounds or card bases out of the Staples cardstock paper, and it actually works quite well. And let's see, what we're going to do is add more water here, and we're going to go around the edge of the card base, and it will give a nice contrast between the card background and the card base. I'm going to get just a little bit of black so that it's a bit darker color. I'm just about out of some of these colors, the black especially. So we just want to give it a little bit darker color. Okay. I hope you can see that. Okay, so all I do here is just go around. Oh, that's nice. It's a bit of a gray, so a grayish blue, and that'll show up nicely against the card background. Okay, and smooth it out as much as you want. If you like a texture, you can leave it with a bit of texture in it. This is quite a nice paint to work with. I find it really a soothing process to see the colors and how the brush goes so nice and smoothly along the card. Okay, and then when I get it all basically covered, okay, and try and make sure you get a reasonably wide border. Okay, and then I just Need to smooth it out a wee bit. And it's going to be an interesting texture when you get it done anyway. Maybe just a little more water. Okay, across here. Okay, I'm going to smooth that out. Okay, and we're going to let that one dry. And I'm actually going to bring this piece back here. Make sure my parchment is dry. I reuse these parchment pieces quite a bit. So it's going to be going in this direction. And on the back, I'm going to use my double-sided tape. This is a good way for it to attach. This tape is really strong. Okay, and I like it because you can just rip it. I think this is 1/8 of an inch wide tape. And I got it on Amazon, although sometimes I can actually buy it locally. So if I can buy it locally, I do. But sometimes I need to buy it on Amazon when I can't find it. I try and get it as close to the edge as I can, but it doesn't have to be exactly close because it will stay on. It will attach to the background anyway quite securely. Okay. Oop. Except when it does that. Sometimes it sticks more to my finger than it does to the paper. Okay. That's pretty good. And I find that if I press down on the end with my fingernail and get it really stuck on the end, then it peels off quite well. And now saying that, it doesn't want to work for me, but it will. Okay, and just toss that and press that down. Sometimes I use tweezers to catch that end too, and if my fingernails don't work, then usually the tweezers will do the trick. Okay, I know this is a little tedious to watch, but we're getting it done. Okay, and hopefully this is getting dry here. It's still It feels cold to the touch, so that means it's not quite dry. So I'm going to leave it a while longer. And I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do next, but I'm not, well, maybe I can do it. I don't know. Yeah, if that doesn't stick too much to the parchment, that might actually work. Now I don't, well, I've got my my bird silhouette. You could call it a crow or you can call it a raven, whatever you like. And I could use the double-sided tape to attach it, but I don't really like to do that because it's such an uneven shape that it doesn't really work as well. So what I use is white glue, and okay, so I want it to face this way, glue on this side. I find the white glue works really well, and I just like to get a not too thick of a coating, but enough so that it will stick. The little rounded toothpick works reasonably well to get the glue on the back. And I especially try and get the edges covered so that it doesn't lift up at the edges. And it's not really a problem if it does, because you can always put just a tiny bit of glue on the toothpick and slide it underneath, and you can reapply a little bit extra glue. Okay, and then you kind of have to turn it at different angles to make sure that you do have the surface covered. Then I'm going to just hold it by the edge to get that last little bit with the feet. I hope you will try this idea, or whatever parts of it seem to suit you. I just have so much fun making these. All right, so we will put that aside, and I'm leaving just a little space at the bottom for the sentiment. And what I do is I try to line it up so that the feet make sense in the direction that they're pointing down. Okay. And then just press it down. I hope I'm not sticking it to the parchment paper too much. Okay. And you might have to keep pressing it down just a little bit longer so that it does stay stuck. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now if I can peel it off of here, I think maybe my border on the card base will be dry enough to attach this. This isn't quite my normal method, because normally I would let the base dry and then attach this before I glue my bird on. But just for this video, it seemed to make sense to do it this way. Okay, and then we're just going to press everything down. And if you have a different kind of wet glue that you like to use, maybe it will stick on better than what I'm using with just the white glue. Okay, now I have some little tiny gems that I'm going to add. I guess I need my glue back here. A black one for the eye, and I am using glue because although they have some kind of stickiness on the back of them, they really don't stay on very well unless you have glue. And this I use my tweezers for. And if a little bit of glue comes out the edge, I don't worry about it. Okay, and then I have a little bit in the corners that I like to add. I don't know, are you seeing that glue? Maybe you're not seeing where I'm getting it from. There it is. Okay, so I put the little dots of glue. That one was kind of crooked there, but we'll just move it up a bit. Okay. Oh. That one went flying a little ways. Okay. Well, I can't get that one. I'll take a different one. And then if I need to move them a little bit to get them balanced, I can do that. Okay, and then next will be down in this corner. Okay, now I think we can set that aside. I don't know if you're able to see that. I need to make sure I get it in the camera view. Okay, that one's not in a good spot. Okay, maybe we need to move this one too. Okay, now we'll let that dry a little bit anyway, and I'm going to show you how I do the sentiment. So, well, this is what the sentiment base will look like, and to do those edges I have scalloped scissors, and I just, to do the corners like that, I will just, okay, has to go the other way. Make sure you have it so that it looks like it's making that kind of corner. So just clip that. And these are just made out of scraps that are left after I make the card bases. Okay, this one was a little bit shorter. I like them to be this size, which I can tell you what that is. Okay, the total length is about 3 1/4 inches lengthwise and about 7/8 of an inch wide. And you can make them any size you want, of course. That's just what I prefer. And then I'm going to use a micron pen to do the sentiment. And basically I just wing it. I've done a lot of these, but when I was first starting, I would write out on a separate piece of paper Happy Halloween or whatever message I want to put in there. But I kind of know the size now, so I don't need to have the lettering to follow. Okay, I'm a little bit shaky, but I'll try and do my best job here. That's why I like printing, because I can do it a little bit better than if I'm trying to do script. Okay, happy. And of course, if you're good at calligraphy, you can make really Halloween looking text, which always makes it more fun. But I'm just doing just a very basic text. And if you need to, you could do a pencil line underneath to make sure that your lettering is straight. Okay, Happy Halloween. And if I find that I've got a little bit more room than I want at this end, I will put in an exclamation mark, but I don't need it in this case. Then I will go around the edge. If you want to, you could leave it like this. But I'm just gonna go with this anyway. And then I go around the little scallopy parts. Okay, and if they're a little bit wonky, I don't worry about that either. It just makes it more interesting. At least I think, that's my opinion. But if you like it straighter, you could even use a ruler and, you know, be very careful when you go around. Okay. Now to line this up. Okay, I'm happy with that. And then I put my little gems in each corner, and that just kind of finishes it off, I think. Like on, where did I put those cards? Okay, like that. I'm not going to take the time to do that for this video. And I think this is probably ready to go on here. And I do use my double-sided tape. So I'm really happy with how that looks. Okay, so there's how I make my Halloween cards, and I really hope you will try making some too. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up or give me a comment below. I do like to know what you think of my ideas. And if you don't have a subscription, if you want to subscribe, then you will hopefully be notified about my upcoming videos. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I will be well enough to see you in a new video soon. Bye-bye.